I wanted to do kind of like a brush collection. I haven't been listing my brushes down below, and I really haven't been telling you what brushes I'm using in the video because I wanted to film this video so that you guys can refer back to it. So I'm going to mostly talk about the brushes that I use in YouTube and makeup tutorials. So I have other brushes that I use, but these are the ones I use on camera the most because I feel like they may be the easiest to get your hands on, especially this set that I'm going to talk about. I think it would I just always go to that one, plus they're really nice brushes, and it comes in a set, so it's super easy to get your hands on. So yeah, let's just get into the video. So I think the first ones I'm going to talk about are I'll get into the set. I'll talk about my individual brushes that I bought individually, and then I have 2 new brushes that came as a set, and I'll talk about those next. So let's get this organized. So for an individual brush, when I'm looking for something specific and I only want one brush, I don't want a kit or a set or whatever, I usually fall back on either sometimes Real Techniques, but usually they come in sets. Not very often that they don't, especially with eye brushes. Their eye brushes usually come in like sets of 2. But individual brush wise, I usually fall back on IT Cosmetics brushes. These are a little bit more pricier, but when you think about it, you're using this brush every day, or you know, you're like, it's worth it for the investment. I mean, they're not too pricey. This is not the super fancy kind. This is the IT brushes for Ulta, and this is the one that is the different barrel. You'll know by the different barrels. I wish I had one to show you the difference, but the barrel just looks like this. It's just like almost like a matte silver barrel. The barrel's not as fancy as the other ones. Like, they have black ones which are like super pricey, and then they have like the ones that are like chrome barrel looking, like very shiny. These ones are on the more affordable end ish. Sometimes they're a little, it really honestly depends on what you think is affordable and not. So these are the IT brushes for Ulta brand, I'm pretty sure. All the numbers wore off, but the one that I use a lot is this fluffy brush, and I really just use this to like buff things out. I'll use it clean, I'll use it for one shadow, I'll use it for my brow bone. I'll basically use this brush for anything, and it's just nice and fluffy. And my favorite type of brushes are synthetic brushes. Those are my favorite type of brushes for my face, for my eyes, for anything. I just prefer synthetic more. I feel like they're softer and they do a better job blending than natural hair bristled brushes. So IT Cosmetics one, and it's just a fluffy blending brush. And then this one, I love this one. This is also an IT Cosmetics one. This one is like this is like one that I use when I want to use just one eyeshadow all over my whole eye, because it comes to a taper and then it kind of fluffs out a little bit at the top. If I can find the numbers to these brushes, like if I look on Ulta and I see the brush that looks similar, I can try and see if I can list the numbers down below. But this is just like a blending crease all over lid eyeshadow brush. You can use this for literally anything, and you can use your brushes for whatever you want. The brush police are not going to come and get you. Like, you can use an eyeshadow brush for your concealer, you can use a concealer brush for your eyeshadow. I've done it before. Be creative, use whatever you want. So that one is a good one, and I use that one a lot. And then this one is just an angled brush. This is also the IT Cosmetics brush for Ulta, and it just comes at an angle and synthetic, fluffy, soft. These wash beautifully. I just washed these, and I'll tll you guys what I use to wash my brushes with. It's a relatively new product to me, but I really, really like it. So that's It Cosmetics brushes. I'm kind of debating if I want to share this one or not, because I typically don't do my eyebrows on camera. I did one time, but these are the two that I use when I do my brows. So this is a Sony Kushak, just a plain old spoolie brush. It Cosmetics has a plain old spoolie brush. I'm pretty sure NYX has a plain old spoolie brush. So, you know, you could do an eyebrow kit and get one of these in there. So I just do that to kind of brush up my brows. And then I use this Eco Tools. I have a love-hate relationship with the Eco Tool brushes. But I do like using this one for my brows, and it's just an angled brush. This probably came in a kit, and most of the brushes died on me, and this one is the only one that survived. I don't know, when I wash Eco Tool brushes, I feel like they don't perform as nice as before. I don't know, they're not my favorite. So, unless, I know they've revamped them a lot, so maybe now that they've changed them, they're a little bit better, but I don't know. I always just rely on It Cosmetics, Real Techniques, and NYX. So, yeah, these are just the two that I used for my brows. Not really a big deal. You can use whatever you want, and everyone's brow preference is very different. So, and then this is a Sigma brush. Quite honestly, I don't think Sigma brushes are worth it. I've had 2 of them fall apart on me, and the barrels just come disconnected, and you just basically use super glue and just glue it back on. But I don't think they're really worth it, and you have to wait for shipping and all that kind of stuff. So honestly, you can skip Sigma brushes, but this is a Sigma brush. This is the Tapered Blending Brush E40. I'll use this to blend out my whole entire eye look. I'll use this for my brow bone highlight. I'll do this for like pinpoint highlight if I have a very strong highlight, like one of the Pixie highlights that I own is very pigmented, and you have to be very careful with it. So sometimes I'll use that to just pinpoint it, a little nose highlight, all that kind of stuff. So this is an eye brush, but I use it on my face too, and I do use it on my eyes. So it's just a big fluffy brush. Sigma, pretty sure Sigma is natural hair bristle brushes, which isn't, you know, again, my favorite. But I wanted to go ahead and give Sigma brushes a try because a lot of people talk about them, but I don't know, they're okay. You can go to the store and pick up a brush that's just as good. So, okay, so for the set of 2 that I have, this is a Real Techniques set, and I just recently got this during the Ulta Beauty 21 day sale, and you know, this wasn't part of the 21 days, but they always have like their drugstore type makeup discounted, and these were discounted, and I really wanted to try these. But this is the Real Techniques Instapop brush, and these ones, I still have the labels on these ones because they haven't been loved as much. So these 2 came in a set. I love the purple purple barrels. They just, you know, purple's my favorite color. Obviously, my wedding ring is purple. So, this one is the Instapop Shade Brush. So this one is really interesting. Oh yeah, you really can see it. It is like very slanted, and it is like a perfect, I used it today, it's a perfect brush to just pack on a color on your lid if you have like a very shimmery color and you just want to pack it on, and then, you know, turning it so that the back side is like this, so like turning it so it's like that, and then just blending. This is also really good if you want to do one eyeshadow look, and you can just turn this and blend it into the crease to make it a little bit deeper. So this is awesome synthetic brush that's washed beautifully, and I really do enjoy Real Techniques brushes, and they are pretty affordable. So, you know, makeup is expensive in general, but I really do enjoy Real Techniques brushes. So this one is really cool. I'm really happy that I got it. And then the one that came with it is the Instapop Crease brush. This is really super small for a crease brush. I probably should use smaller detailed crease brushes to get more of a detailed look, but I really like using this in my outer V and then pulling it into my crease, so making most of the color deposit in my outer V and then pulling it into my crease. So that is a really good brush for that, and it is also kind of that slanted type brush. Like, it's almost a flat brush, but then they slant it up and it's fluffy, so this is a really good brush. I've even like done it under my lower lash line, and just those two, I really recommend that set. If you don't have any like eye brushes and you're kind of like getting into makeup and wanting to try something out, I really suggest this set because they're just so versatile. I just really like them. So that's the first set. Okay, and then the last set we're going to talk about, you can order this on Amazon, and this is the Lamora Brush Kit. I am missing one brush because it did fall apart on me, but that was kind of my fault. I left it soaking too long. So this is technically, how many brushes do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brush kit. But I'm missing one because it fell apart. Like, there was no saving it. Like, the bristles were coming out. So in this kit that you can order on Amazon for relatively a good price for a kit, and for synthetic brushes and good quality brushes, I really do enjoy this. So these have all the names on it. So this is the Lamora blending brush. This is just a big fluffy brush, just like this It Cosmetics one. They're basically exactly the same. I like having double the brushes because, you know, I get lazy and I don't clean them all the time, and then I'm like, oh no, like sometimes I'll use this one for my lighter shades and I'll use this one for my darker shades, or I'll keep a clean one on hand to just blend out the eye look. And, you know, it's just, when you're a makeup lover, you definitely want to have duplicates of brushes that you use a lot. So, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, that is the blending brush. That's what they named it. So I use it for everything. So another one that is, I always turn my head away when I'm talking. Another one that is similar to the It Cosmetics one that I'm really glad I have duplicates of. This one may be a little bit fluffier than the It Cosmetics one, but this is the Lamora Angled Shader Brush. So this is just an angled brush that is fluffy, just like this It Cosmetics one. This one might be a little bit bigger, but this is really good for putting stuff in your crease, or highlighting your brow bone, or taking the, let me show you with this one because we already talked, taking the point and just going into your tear duct area and highlighting that, whatever you want to use this for. This is a really good brush for that. Okay, and then brushes are flying. And then we have the classic shader brush. So this is just your classic flat top, flat shape brush. It's just totally flat. This is good for packing on shadows on your lid. This is good for packing on their brow bone highlight, your inner corner highlight, whatever you want to use. Your eye shape depends on how big your brushes are too. So this one is really good for that, and it's just soft, and these all have been washed today and they just washed beautifully. And yeah, Alex got these for me for Valentine's Day, and I just love them. Love them. Okay, and then the next one in that kit is a detailed pencil brush, and I do have a Sony Kushak brush that is like this one, but I typically don't use that one on camera, but it's exactly the same thing. I love this for doing smudging the lower lash line. I really do love this putting in my tear duct if I have like a very pigmented shadow to brighten up my inner corner area. Then I love using this for that. So that's pretty much all I use a detailer brush for. Sometimes I'll do it for like eyeliner on my upper lash line up there, but it's a little bit tricky for that. It's easier to do it on the lower lash line and the tear duct, and that's typically what a detailer pencil brush is for. Okay, and then this one is a precise shader brush. So it is like a baby flat brush. So it's like the baby version of this flat classic shader brush. It's just smaller. So this one is really good for inner corner, highlight, detail there, lower lash line, even the upper lash line. It's really good. But this one would be really good if you have acne or small spots. You can pinpoint your concealing with your little acne spots to make the coverage more natural. So this would be a really good brush for that. Again, use your brushes however you like. The brush police won't come and get you, I promise. So yes, this one is really good and just nice and precise, and I just like it. Okay, and then the last one that I have from that kit, the one that broke on me, which really sucks because it was really my favorite. It was a lower lash line shader brush, and it was like a short flat brush, but the bristles were short, and it was absolutely perfect for smudging shadow there, adding a pop of color shadow there with it. It was just, I loved that brush, but it's gone. So the last brush that I have from this kit is the angled detailer brush, and this one you could use for your brows too if you want. It's significantly smaller than this Eco Tools one. So this Eco Tools one is pretty big. So this one is significantly smaller, which, you know, I probably should use for my brows because I'd have more control. But I really like using this for gel eyeliner, for powder eyeshadow eyeliner, especially on the upper lash line because it's angled and you can just, you know, do your little wing or whatever. So this brush is super easy for that, and I love that it's very small, very precise. I can really get into the lash line with it, and yeah, I mean, this one you could do that too, but it's just larger. Like, you can see the difference, it's just larger. So yes, those are the eye brushes that I use mostly in my YouTube videos and mostly in my everyday life because I just really like them. I really enjoy them. I have like backups that I use when none of those brushes are clean, and I'm like, I guess I have to use this one. So, you know, those are the ones that I like and like to use. So let's talk about what I use to clean them. So this is, oh, look at that white balance. That is way too bright. But this is, oh, maybe from here? No, that's okay. Anyway, I'll just tell you the brand. This is the Japanesque. Am I saying that right? They make brushes also, which I've never tried, but I think they're mostly natural hair bristled brushes, so they don't really intrigue me that much. But their brush cleaning products have really intrigued me. I've used their spray before, which I like, and then I decided to give this solid brush cleansing balm a go. So this is just, let's see if this white balance, oh no, because this is yellow. So it is just like a balm, kind of like, well, no, not really, like your face makeup removing balms, but harder. So this is like almost like a bar of soap in here. I'm kind of curious if it's basically almost the same thing as a bar of soap, only it's goat's milk, which you can find goat's milk bar of soap anywhere too. And oh, it has coconut oil in it. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Good thing I washed it out because I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to coconut oil. But yeah, it's just a solid brush cleaning balm. I typically just use Dawn dish soap on my brushes, but sometimes I feel like it's a little harsh and it takes forever for it to rinse out, and this rinses out really good, and my brushes dry really, really quick, like really fast. So all you do is you just get the brush wet and then you swirl it around in there, and you'll see all the gross, yucky brush goo eyeshadow stuff, and then you just rinse the brush. And I just take it on like a fluffy towel, like a microfiber towel, because that really helps dry it out quicker. And I just, you know, rub it on there and dry it off, and then I lay everything flat to dry. I do have brush guards, but sometimes I feel like it takes longer for them to dry because all the bristles are compacted together. But it really does help shape your brushes. But yeah, I just really like using this. It's really super easy, super fast. You probably could just wash your brushes, dry it off with a microfiber towel, and then go into an eyeshadow right away because it just dries so quickly. So I don't know if it's because of this stuff or I'm not sure. But I really do like this Japanese Solid Brush Cleanser Balm. And it is the Goat's Milk Cleansing Balm. It didn't say that it had perfume in it when I looked at it initially, but I do see in the bottom that it does have fragrance, and I can smell the fragrance a little bit, but it's not too bad. They do have a rose scented one, but I'm not really big into rose scents, so I just got the plain old one. I'm kind of curious if like a plain old bar of soap would do the same exact thing. I don't know. I should try it out because this was actually pretty pricey. I got it on sale when Ulta was doing their 21 Days of Beauty sale, and they discounted all their drugstore makeup. But this is originally priced like in the $20 range or something. So anyway, this is really good. Really like this. Really like all those brushes. So I hope you guys found that helpful. Hopefully, you know, when you watch my makeup tutorials, you'll be able to refer back to this video. I'll try and get better about naming what brushes I'm using in my makeup tutorials, but I just do me. I just do it. So, yeah, hopefully you guys found that helpful. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Instagram because that is where I update if I'm having a week off in videos because of my schedule, which is like out of control right now. Hello. Hi, Dante. So be sure to follow me on Instagram, and then I leave that link down below, and then I'll leave my Facebook link down below, and those two accounts are connected. So when I post on Instagram, I'll usually click to post it on Facebook too, so you can follow me there too. I'll post updates on when I post videos on both Instagram and Facebook, and updates just in life in general, and updates on when I'm not posting videos, or you know, just whatever. So you know, you kind of get to see me personally, not in front of a camera. You get to see my personal life a little bit, so follow me there. It's fun. I like it. And yeah, be sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. I will do another video with my face brushes that I use on camera. I have done my face a few times on camera, but it's not typical for me to do it, but I'll go ahead and tell you guys what brushes I really enjoy for that in another video. So yeah, subscribe, thumbs up, comment down below, and as always, live life in full bloom, and I will see you guys later. Bye!